Welcome back to the North American LCS, everyone. We're joined by Team Curse's Cop, and I will dominate. Guys, congrats on the win. Convincing fashion, 31 minutes. Why'd you take down Dig?
Oh, why do we take down Dig? Because we're trying to not get relegated and trying to make the playoffs. But
Okay, so Cop, how did you take down Dig?
We just picked really strong lanes, and we just tried to win lane. I don't know.
Yeah, well, one thing that really helped you win lane was, I have to say, Bunny Fufu's Thresh. And even though he couldn't join us on the desk today, Dominic, you can kind of like be his proxy. Why is he so damn good at Thresh?
he just understands like every single part of Thresh. Like when it comes down to mechanics of just flaying, when to hook. He's really good at communicating lantern ganks. Like I've never played with a Thresh like that. He'll just literally just tell me start walking, and I'll just start walking. The lantern will be right there. It'll be served to me perfectly, and I'll just be able to like be like on top of them instantly, which is great. That's
awesome. Yeah. I wish I was playing with someone like that. That's actually really amazing. Cop, how is it actually doing with him? How's the lane go?
He just knows matchups really well. Like that's something I feel like I was pretty good at, and having him also to chime in with me, and he just knows what to pick and how to play each lane.
Yeah, well, speaking of matchups, you don't bring out Draven too often, but this was another very successful Draven game. Why was this the moment to play Draven with Thresh?
Because Caitlyn was banned. I'm like, I could play Caitlyn or Draven here, and then I usually ask my team, they're like, Caitlyn.
Yeah.
They don't have any fun. Dominate. Let him play the Draven. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, if we're playing an aggressive jungler and an aggressive support like that, we'll probably let him play Draven a little bit more. So.
And it worked out, of course, pretty well for you guys. So I want to actually talk about some of the other common picks for you guys. Quas keeps going back to Trundle over and over again. He's having a pretty good performance on it. Why is this working so well for you guys?
I think it's a really strong pick against what the top laners are picking right now. If there's not like a ranged champion on the table, you can kind of pick it into like all the tanks and just steal their resistances. And it has like a decently strong lane phase. You can normally just make it through with a teleport. So it's just like an overall strong pick right now. We saw it played a lot in the EU LCS, and yeah, if it has high value over there, it's probably for a reason.
Seems to be working, and of course, the rest of you guys did a very good performance. How's playing with Voyboy, though? He's been sick a little bit. We've started the games late a little bit. He seems to be holding up, though. 0-death game here. How's he working through the illness?
He gets like the nerves. The nerves get to him, I guess, and then when he gets up to the stage, you try to cheer him on, and the crowd really helps with that. And so I think that helps him fix his mentality about the game.
Yeah, the crowd's been really supportive here for you guys. I know they cheered for him yesterday when he walked back on stage. Of course, the big cheer for you guys in the win here. So coming in as well, you guys are so far 2-1 in Super Week. You just took over 5th place with that win. You faced in the last game of the day against EG. If you win there, you're 1 game away from 4th. How's that one going to go?
Yeah. I don't know. We just got to play how we played this game that we just played in. Just focus on not making mistakes.
Yeah, and speaking of kind of like not making mistakes, there was a pretty critical moment in the Dragon fight where everything seemed to go your way in this last game. We can get that clip up on the screen. And Dominate actually kind of talked me through all the things that went right for you in this fight, because it was a pretty close game coming into it.
So this Dragon fight reminds me of the Dragon fight we had yesterday versus C9, where we just had Dragon control and we were starting it, except the difference is we were all prepared. We're all sitting here and we're ready for them to come in. Crumbs tries to jump, get the Dragon Steal, ended up getting it. It's pretty much just 50-50. And then from there, his jump is down. He's not able to really get resets like easily. He has to flash just to be able to get in range of Cop. And from there, we just start snowballing through the fight. They didn't really engage to try to fight us. They engaged more to steal the Dragon, and that kind of creates a hectic team fight for somebody like that.
Yeah, and you're always really emotional after those big team fights. How do you kind of channel that when you're doing well or when you're doing poorly?
Well, I wasn't exactly emotional because of like what happened. I was more just trying to get us to go to Baron immediately, because right after that we pretty much aced them. It was a free Baron, and once you pick up a Baron with a poke comp like that, you can just start sieging. And unless they get some godly initiate and you clump up, you pretty much win the game right there. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone was on the same page. We're going to Baron, we're burning it down, and then we'll get into a siege scenario right after that.
And Cop, I noticed one thing about your Draven in that last team fight as well, how you moved through the team fight instead of trying to stay at the back. How have you worked on your positioning throughout the years? Because it's gotten so much better.
I think in that team fight it was mostly like just my team peeling them off of me. Because if the Kazakhs got one more Q on me, I was probably dead. If the Lulu, I don't know, they also missed position, so they couldn't really get on me. And so just Thresh keeping me alive.
And of course that worked out for you guys. So we actually want to get through another team fight. It's top lane by the river. You guys catch out Dignitas a bit. If we can get that replay on our screen, I want you guys to talk us through what went so well in this fight.
You mean they catch me out?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they catch you in that fight. But then what's the reaction here? You had a very nice stand aside. Is
Actually,
that luck or skill?
It's just kind of you just have
luck.
to throw it there. Yeah, probably luck. But I don't know. I was calling it, so I don't know. It might have helped with us being ready faster, and I don't know. We're just ready for it.
That was actually a really funny situation because Cop, like right before he walked in, he's like, "They're probably baiting us here. They might be in this brush. Like I'm not gonna check it." And then the next frame, I look up there, he's just in the bush. Like he just face checked it completely, and then we were in a fight. But luckily, there's only 2 of them there, so it ended up being pretty profitable for us.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation you guys are in this season too because you're fighting for that relegation. Really big game coming up against EG. Even just this Super Week, knowing it was a huge moment. You're now 2-1. What was your mindset coming into this week?
Our mindset coming into this week was actually like really positive. It felt like just a clean slate. We have this new support. He's performing great. Like in scrims, he was by far like the best support that we even tried out. So we had a lot of confidence coming into this week. We had good scrim results. We had scrimmed mainly TSM, and we're going about like 60% win against them, and they're just like a great team. So yeah, they definitely play a lot better than us on LAN, but just knowing that skill-wise we can match up is a huge confidence boost.
And Cop, I kind of want to ask you a question, again related to Bunny. He had picked Leona really early on in the previous 2 games, yet his Thresh is just super solid. Was there a reason that Leona was so heavily targeted for him?
Was it the game yesterday?
Yeah, he's picked in the previous 2 games before
I think
this one.
Thresh was banned, and if we gave them, like, I don't really know the picks, but he just saw through what they were going to pick, and he saw that if they picked a certain champion, that he could be easily countered in lane, and we wanted to have the best chance of winning lane. So
yeah,
he's called that out early, and then we got a pretty good lane matchup.
All right.
And that, of course, worked out for you guys. So now you're about two-thirds of the way through the season. I know your entire roster kind of changed up throughout this. How is everyone gelling overall as a group of people, especially with like new people showing up in the lineup?
All right. Yeah, it's definitely going well. We've been kind of like a core solid like 4 people, and we've just had like kind of the support changing. And now with Bunny, we feel super solid, and we feel like we could honestly make a top 4 finish here.
Well, top 4. What are the chances of winning NA regionals going to All-Star?
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Like we'll start with top 4, making playoffs, not getting relegated, and then from there, hopefully, we can move towards going to Worlds or the All-Stars or anything like that.
Awesome.
All right. Any teams you got your targets on? Teams you think you can take out that you're underdogs to?
TSM and C9, I definitely feel like kind of bad losing to them so consistently because in scrims we don't normally lose to them as much as we've been losing here. So I kind of just want to have that moment where we have that breakthrough and we can beat them in a LAN environment.
And you play the way you do online. So guys, congratulations on your win. We'll see you at the end of the day. Congrats on your wins. We'll see more from you guys. Let's send it back over to our guys.